Hey guys, we are going to test your skills with numbers, and we're just going to see if you can recognize the numbers quickly. So, I am going to sign a number, and I want you to write these numbers down when I sign them. This first one, I want you to get out a piece of paper, and this first section is going to be called Write the Number. And I want you to number 1 through 20, and you are going to write the number that I sign. You can pause this video at any time if you need to, if I'm going too fast. Okay, number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. Number 17. Number 18. Number 19. Number 20. All right, make sure you have all 20 of those answers written down on your piece of paper. And this next section that I want you to write down is called how many of what? How many of what? Question mark. How many of what? And what you're going to do is I am going to sign any of the numbers 30 through 66 that we learned yesterday in a sentence. And you are going to write the number that I sign in this sentence, but also you're going to write what I was referring to with those numbers. So let's say I sign, I have 4 dogs. What you would write down, the number would be 4, and what I was referring to is dogs. So you should have how many of what, and then you're going to number 1 through 8, but you're going to have 2 columns of answers, because you're going to have an answer column for number, and then you're going to have an answer column for refers to what. And that is going to be 1 through 8. Okay, so let's do number 1. So that is number 1. So you need to write down the number that I referred to, and then also what that number was referring to. Okay, number 2. Okay, that's number 2. You're going to write down the number and what that number was referring to. Number 3. Number 4. All right, write the number that I mentioned and then write what I was referring to when I mentioned that number. And let's move on to number 5. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Number 6. All right, write down the number and what I was referring to. Number 7. And number 8. Number 8. All right, so when you are done, you should have write your number, and that should be 1 through 20, and those should all be numbers, just individual numbers. And then you should have how many of what is the next section, and that should be 1 through 8, and you should have a number for each answer and also some kind of subject that the number was referring to. And when you do that, just after you write it down, just do your best. This will be a do your best, see how much you're learning grade. Don't stress too much about it.